Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is Friday night in the Euros, and it's a couple of big guns for us tonight. Netherlands versus France. France were kind of joint favourites for everyone at the start of the tournament, but I think given England's first two games, I think we'll just call France the favourites now, and they go up against the Netherlands tonight in Group D. We've got a little bit of catching up on in terms of two games already having happened today as we come towards the end of the first round robin of all the games. I believe that will be complete tomorrow night. We get Group E and F done. And then we get down to the final game in the group phases and everything happens at the same time. And some stuff's going to get decided as well. Nothing is going to get decided tonight, though, because let's just bring up the Group D table and you can see why. Because it's all jolly tight, isn't it? There you go. Make that any bigger. Let me just go into FootMob. Is that going to make that any bigger if I press plus there? Is that any better for you guys? You tell me. It's all right, isn't it? That'll do in terms of the table. Look, so France on 3, Netherlands on 3, Austria on 3, Poland on 0. So we could literally still have every one of those teams qualifying, couldn't we? If France can get a win tonight, they would go to 6, but could still be caught in the final game. Netherlands, the same. And even Poland at the bottom there, if they can win the final game and get onto 3 points, they're in with some kind of chance of going into third place. Would have to be a pretty succulent win, wouldn't it, for them to turn the screw this late in the day, the Poles. Let's just check the reason why the tables are like that and the results that have already gone down today. And those are Slovakia 1, Ukraine 2. That was in Group E. We'll take a look at that. And it was Poland 1, Austria 3, which is why we are where we are with Poland on 0 and Austria on 3 in Group D. Make yourself known in the chat, by the way. Big welcome to Ewan, to Kev, to Ant. Make yourself known there. Get that chat moving this Friday night on YouTube. Let's just have a quick look at Group E before we go fully chapter and verse on Netherlands and France, where that win for the Ukraine has made it look incredibly similar to Group E. To Group D, in fact, the one that we were just talking about, because you've got the 3-3-3-0 business. Although I suppose the big difference being that Belgium, the team with 0, do still have 2 games remaining to play. So Ukraine went on to 3 tonight to tie up with Slovakia, and Romania came from behind, actually. Yaremchuk with the winning goal in the 80th minute to guarantee the win there. And does mean we're possibly in for some excitement in Groups D and E on their particular final day. Welcome, Liam. Welcome, Ben, as well in the chat. Let's try and get this thing moving then. And, there's an advert playing on my iPad as I was just trying to bring things up on the other screen. Always bloody happens that, doesn't it? Let's try and get a like spike going and see if we can bring a few more faces into the chat. You've got 20 seconds. If you can all hit the like button, that will give us hopefully a little bit of a push and we can get this stream up and running. Hit the like button. You've got 20 seconds. Go. Thank you, guys. There he is on QJ. Spike those likes. You love to see it. Tremendous. He's like clockwork, isn't he? Dave, welcome to you. Liam, Austria superb in the second half. I haven't seen Austria yet in this tournament, and Ralph Rangnick doing good things. This should be a good game, says Ewan. On paper, very, very much so. Thank you for all your support with the likes and whatnot. Shall we get into the lineups? And we can talk a little bit more. I need to after Sun and just read this one from Ashley. Belgium beat Romania, so they'd go top of the table, just behind Slovakia, then Ukraine. Well, we're doing Belgium and Romania tomorrow, so this could all play out exactly as you were saying it. Looking like a lobster. Do you make that instrumental stuff? No, I don't make it delayed pilot. It's all in the... you have to be very careful on YouTube. They have an audio library, so you can tell exactly what's royalty free. I don't want to get a copyright strike. Put it that way. That will not be good for me trying to feed the old family here. Right. Let's get into the lineups and some big names and some big players. Although one big absence that you're all going to be talking about in Netherlands, France lineups time. Here we go. So plenty of household names in this one. As ever, any info, any opinions you've got on any of the players. We love your players to watch as well, who you're excited to see tonight. And we'll start with the French. No, let's start with the Netherlands. They're the de facto home team, aren't they? It is Bart Verbruggen of Brighton in goal. Very Premier League start to this because Nathan Ake and Virgil van Dijk are in the back four. Manchester City and Liverpool. Stefan de Vrij of Inter and Denzel Dumfries, another Inter player, make up the rest of the back line for the Netherlands. It is Tijani Reinders of Milan and Jerdy Schouten of PSV is the central midfield for the Dutch. We know all about Cody Gakpo, another Liverpool player, Van Dijk teammate, Xavi Simons of Red Bull Leipzig, and Jeremy Frimpong, yet another of these Leverkusen players who seem to be all over the tournament after their brilliant season. Can we call Leverkusen the new Atalanta? It was Atalanta in the last Euros where any good player who was under the radar we looked at, and they all played for Atalanta, didn't they? Goodness me. Up top from Atletico Madrid, and we know all about him as well from his time in the Premier League, is Memphis Depay. Let me know your standout players there for the Dutch. Let's have a look at the bench where we have Billo, Flecken, Blind, Martsen, who's very familiar to us Championship watchers, Gertruda, De Ligt, Van der Ven of Spurs, Wijnaldum we know all about, Vermaan, excuse me while I scroll that down, Gravenbach, Robbie, Marlon, Zerke, Bergwijn, and Weghorst, who got himself a goal, the big guy, in the opening game for the Dutch against Poland. Any comments on that lot? No, I think we're going to move straight on then, in that case, to the French. World Cup finalists, France. There you go, there's a comment. Martsen going to Aston Villa. Very successful season on loan at Burnley in the Championship. I think he's been at Dortmund this past season, Martsen, but yeah, Villa, maybe. For the French, Mike Maignan in goal. Jules Koundé, right back from Barcelona. Deo Upamecano of Bayern in central defence with William Saliba of Arsenal, who we're all familiar with. Theo Hernandez is the left back. Plenty of Milan players on both sides here. In central midfield, we all know N'Golo Kante, who I think is out in Saudi now. Arlen Tchouameni, he scored past England, didn't he? Lots of people comparing the goal that Denmark scored yesterday to Tchouameni's goal against England in Qatar. Rabiot is the third central midfielder. And up top there is no Kylian Mbappe, maybe the star name of the entire tournament. Obviously bust his nose in the opening game. No Phantom of the Opera mask and Mbappe appearing tonight. So it will be Marcus Thuram of Inter against his teammates there, De Vries and Dumfries. He's going to be going up against in the Dutch back line. Griezmann, you can still find him. Interestingly, BBC had this down more as a 4-2-3-1 with Griezmann, I think, in the 10. So we'll have a look and see how they actually line up. Ousmane Dembele is off down the right-hand side. Have a quick look at the bench for France. Let me know who you're looking forward to seeing. Yes, apologies. You don't get to see Mbappe tonight. Areola on the bench. Samba, Pavard, Mendy, Konate, Klaus, Camavinga, Zaire Emery, Fofana, Barcola. Let me scroll. Coman, Mbappe, Giroud, and Randal Kolo Muani make up the French squad, stacked with plenty of players who play for very high-powered club sides, but certain other nation we've been saying that about, and doesn't necessarily guarantee anything if those players aren't coached into a cogent formation. Let's look at some comments here. Welcome, Hamza. We're all good. The temperature's up though, so it might get a sweaty one in the old garage tonight. Van Dijk, player to watch. Good player, apparently. Don't know what that means. Hope it's not offensive in Dutch. Griezmann wasted out wide. He may not be out wide, Liam. That may be an error on FootMob's part. We'll see. What else have we got here? Is Danny Blind's son? I believe he is, isn't he? Pride, flower, rainbow, heart. Is that an emoji gone wrong? Should that be a picture? Had Tchouameni in my fantasy team. Who's my dark horse for the tournament? God knows. A dark horse. Austria. There you go. Don't want to name any of the big nations. Deschamps only picked 25 players. I was not aware of this. What I am aware of is the excellent work of the people at Beer 52. And you can see right behind me there, Beer 52, a beautiful 8 cans of beer you get in a Beer 52 box. You get some bar snacks and a ferment magazine as well. You want that, you can have that for free if you just cover the postage. That will cost you £5.95 to cover the postage, but then you get that beautiful selection in the box. You don't have to subscribe after, you can do it as a one-off and just test it out. But we have had a few people sign up and then subscribe afterwards. So yeah, please feel free to try it out. And let's be completely transparent about this. You do that deal, they help me out as well. So you're supporting the channel at the same time and getting some lovely beers. You can get craft beers or you can get dark beer, whatever floats your boat there. Here's the deal though, guys. You've got to go to the website. It's www.beer52.com/bloom. www.beer5252.com/bloom. We thank everybody who's done that. And we thank everybody who's been super chatting, like legends, like Liam. In fact, I can drink to you, Liam, although I'm not on the hard stuff tonight. I'm not on the Beer 52. I'm on look at this, a Connect 2 Luton. I don't know where my missus got that from, but I've filled it up and we will drink to you, sir. Thank you for that super chat. Really, really helps us out on the channel, especially in the close season, if you can support via super chat. Obviously, the views drop off a little bit in between the EFL seasons and the English football, so we do rely a little bit on your support. You can support in 3 ways. You can interact, like, comment, subscribe. You can donate, like Liam just did, which is a massive help. You can also join up. You click down there where it says join. You can join up as a YouTube member, or you can do it over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom, and we'll add you to our WhatsApp group. A bit more loose over in the WhatsApp group when we're not coming down the internet. Some good chat there each and every day. You can get early access to pre-recorded videos on the channel. They go to members only. And the coup de grace, the pièce de résistance, in my terrible French accent as we're watching the French. You can come on the roundtable chats each and every month. So thank you. Right, more comments. Matt, I love you, Benjamin Bloom. Matt, I love me too. Tremendous stuff. I knew you were going to say Austria. I'm so predictable, aren't I, Hamza? Ben, you're a legend. Comment of the day. Here's another legend. Jake. If you see any of our brilliant shorts on the channel, Jake is responsible for them. Absolute bloody superstar, that bloke. Give him a round of applause in the chat. He's really helped the channel out in terms of reaching people on Instagram and TikTok and through the YouTube short system. And I'll be quite honest, I've got no clue how it works. He's very clever with all of that. So, legends ahoy. Well done, Jake. Good beers. A chocolate and vanilla stout that blew my head off. Well done. Ashley, Dave. Kipre withdrawal. He's coming to Ipswich, yeah? I think the second 11 for France would have done okay in the tournament. Yeah, fair comment. Quick few more here. League Cup draw on Monday at 11:30. Looking forward to that. Liam. George, am I going to watch Ipswich or Liverpool live? I don't think I'm going to make it. I've just moved my season ticket. I've got to work on the evening of the 17th, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get across where I need to. So my season ticket may be given elsewhere for that game, which is annoying, but you've got to do what you've got to do. Like the shirt. There we go. We're in their summer shirts now at the moment. Roof. Do I think Leeds get promoted this season? I do, yes, but we'll get into full predictions mode on EFL stuff soon. Jay, Netherlands is a country I like to do well. Yeah, something wholesome about the Netherlands. Andy, no VAR intervention on the Austrian penalty. I haven't seen it yet, Andy. I'll catch up with everything tonight. Referee would instantly overrule the decision. Interesting. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. I'm sure you're talking sense as you normally do. But I'm going to Arsene Wenger this. I haven't seen the incident, as the great Arsene Wenger used to say. Speaking of great, you lot are great at predictions. We had plenty of 1-1s for Denmark and England last night. Let's see if you lot are going to be right tonight. Joining up on TikTok as well with your predictions. I need your scoreline. Write the team names in just so, because we're not particularly in a home and away obvious state here. So give me Netherlands, something, France, okay? I want your score predictions in, ladies and gentlemen, of the chat. I'll read as many of them as is humanly possible. You got 10 seconds. Get your predictions in. Get them on TikTok also. Away you go. Right, let's let that cycle down a little bit so all your predictions fill up, and then we will get reading. Good job, you lot. Here we go, Jay. Netherlands 1, France 2. Give me some of that, George. France 3, Netherlands 2. We'd love 5 goals. That'd be nice. Desmond for Liam. Dave 3-3. I'll take that. What's mine? If Mbappe had been playing, I'd have probably said something like 3-1 France. So if you take Mbappe out, I will say 2-1 to the French. Ewan, 2-1 Netherlands. There you go. Stephen's matched up mine there. 2-1 France. So has Jeff. Etienne, 1-1. Carbos, France 3, Netherlands 2. Jim, Netherlands 2, France 1. Yes! Someone's taken the nil F in nil. It's got to be done. I don't think we've had a nil F in nil in this whole tournament yet, have we? And normally the rule is someone has to cover it in the chat to stop it happening, because that's how the world works, right? Desmond for Harrison in the chat there. David has gone in with a 1-1. Great stuff, you lot. We are about 9 minutes from kickoff. We can do some Q&A, but we haven't played this for a couple of days. Let's do some where in the world. Let me know on TikTok as well. Just type in simple. Don't give me any sucky answers or anything. I'm genuinely interested where people are watching from. So just type your location you're watching from right now. I don't need any other information. We'll straw poll it. You've got 20 seconds to let me know where in the world you are watching the stream from tonight. 20 seconds starts now. Right, let's have a look. Jim, Tampa, Florida. That sounds good for the weather. Tours, France. I probably need to put a bit of accent on that. Jay in good old Leeds. Ewan is in Cromer in Norfolk. Actually, probably lovely there today. David is up in Lincolnshire. Carbos. We're going north to Norway. Dave's out in the West Country. We're going a little bit less north to the mighty Lowestoft. In fact, someone tell me, I'm in Bedfordshire. Am I pretty much on a line with Lowestoft? Or am I further north? No idea. Christopher's over in Belfast. Jeff is an Ipswich fan exiled in Norwich. Gary, Sussex by the Sea. Stephen is up in Redcar near Middlesbrough. Liam is always the closest one to me over in Buckinghamshire. Hamza, he's gone for a Desmond. He missed it because his missus rang. He's over in the Black Country. Jake, we're not having Lowestoft winning this tonight, are we? Lowestoft with 2 votes. Unbelievable scenes. George is out in sunny Malta. And Chris is the other side of the world in Perth, Western Australia. Am I right, Chris? I think I probably can. Pretty much on the line. I remember Bedford being on Lookie's weather. That's tremendous. Awesome stuff. Malta is... Do you know, I've never been, Dave, so we'll take your word for it, and even more so. Who was living there? George. I'll take his word for it. Very, very much so. Right, players are in the tunnel, guys. Let's quickly just run through teams one more time, and then I have to mess about with the clocks and whatnot, don't I? Just say hi to Dylan in the chat. Look, Dylan representing... channel members, plenty of you in here tonight. We really, really appreciate the hell out of all of you. For the Dutch, in goal for Bruggen, Ake, Van Dijk, De Vries, Dumfries, Reinders, Schouten, Frimpong, Simmons, Gakpo, Depay. For the French, no Mbappe is the big headline. The star man of the entire tournament is not starting. Magnan in goal, Koundé, Upamecano, Saliba, Hernandez, Kante, Tchouameni, Rabiot, Dembele, Thuram, and Griezmann. And the players are coming out. Let's just take this one opportunity, and then I won't have to do it in the first half. I promise I won't do it again. For those of you who've hit like already, I apologise. We're up to 22. Be good to see if we can push up to 30. 20 seconds, please, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I promise I won't do it during the first half. Spike those likes. I could just save one of those, Jay. We could star one, and then you wouldn't have to type it every time. Save your fingers for 2 seconds, wouldn't it? But no, we appreciate all your support. We're up to, it's gone up to 26, so we're pushing towards 30. If we can get 50 by half time, then we can hopefully rattle towards 100. It's always good to get into triple figures. As I chat over the French national anthem. Let me just click some buttons on here. We're trying to bring you the clock on all of the matches here, which does mean I have to faff about like the complete tech Luddite I absolutely and totally, well, you know I am, in order to bring that all up. And there you go. I think we're all good and ready. So annoying. You can't share two screens at once here. You have to disconnect one and then the other. So the predictions all fairly over the place, actually. Let me just, real quick, I should have got a screenshot of this, shouldn't I? We had a poll up on the channel. I might be able to show it to you on my iPad and let you know. In fact, we've got a couple of polls going. There's one really important one here, which I'll talk to you about in just a second. If I scroll up, I don't know if you can see that. If I bring it up there, you'll see a big bar on France. So your predictions, how many votes did we get? 518 votes. 61% predict a France win. 23% predict a Netherlands win. 16% on the draw. If you wouldn't mind voting on this one on the community tab as well, this is really important actually. I want to know which game we need to cover on Sunday night. We've got Scotland versus Hungary and Switzerland versus Germany. Do you want to see the home nation again? Germany have been great to watch, but they're already through. But Switzerland aren't. So you could vote for Germany, Switzerland, or you could vote for Scotland, Hungary. There does seem to be a bit more jeopardy on the Scotland-Hungary game. And at the moment, that is out there in front. I don't know if you can see, probably get a bit glare off my lights. There you go. 64% want to see the Scots. 36% want to see the Germans. So if you don't mind just flicking across onto the community tab, just help us choose. We want to obviously give the watch along that the subscribers want to watch, don't we? What's the point in doing it? Give the people what they want. Right, let's do a couple of questions before we keep going. Do I think Southgate could cut it in the Championship? So hard to say, isn't it? Because international management is so different to club management. He's got enough on his plate at the moment, though. Route to Burnley might be good. He hired a assistant yesterday, but not a manager, so I'm sure they've got something sorted. Switzerland v Germany. Get voted in the poll, Jay. Hamza's voted, but he can't remember. Is there an option to start off German and then switch over when they go to Avatar? We could do that, Dylan. The problem is I have to do the title and the thumbnail, and once that's set, people will be clicking on something and getting something completely else. So there you go. Right. The captains, the two lads, are just shaking hands, Griezmann and Virgil van Dijk. So we're just about ready to get started. Dave here in Sunderland couldn't afford to pay the compensation to get Cifuentes. Interesting. Don't want to clickbait. No. We agree with marketing and getting people to click and drawing people onto the channel. Not with lies, though. That's where I draw the line. There's good marketing, which is fine, and then there's clickbait, which is bad. Where are we tonight, by the way? The referee is Anthony Taylor. It's a minute's silence again for... a minute's applause, I think, again for Gerhard Alner, which I think we did that last night in the Denmark-England game. So please pop your applause emojis in to pay tribute to Gerhard Alner, as the players do exactly the same. George would be more optimistic for Netherlands, but Koeman is manager. Interesting. A weak link, potentially, says George. All these coaches going to the clubs Corberon is linked with. He's still there. Where was the option for multi-monitor chaos? There'll be a bit of that, but we need a specific title, don't we? Thoughts on Aaron Danks leaving Borough and joining up with company at Bayern? Has it happened, Stephen? Is he... What was his job title there? Let me know. Right. We're in Leipzig. Thank you. And it was referee Taylor, wasn't it? I didn't even need to look that one up. I recognised him. Thank you for your tributes to Gerhard Alner. Swiss chat. It's going to be tight, that vote, isn't it? I'll go with the consensus, put it that way. And we're about to enjoy this one. Two brilliant football nations, Netherlands and France. We're thinking Platini, Zidane. We're thinking Johan Cruyff, maybe a couple of the greatest of them all. And we're about to kick off. And here we go in Leipzig. In group are we in? Group D? I think I'm right, aren't I? It is Netherlands v France. We are off. Keep that chat flowing. Let's just knock 0-0 up on the screen. And let's get a feel for this as the Dutch circulate the ball around the back. To start the game, De Vries. It's gone across to Van Dijk. Van Dijk holds on to it. A feeling out first 30 seconds. France just staying in shape, not pressing at all, just saying, okay then. You each have a touch, but you're not going to play through us. It's going to break down the midfield, is it? No, in fact, they are in behind. Oh my goodness me, and it's tipped just around the post. My God. Well, I said you're not going to play through us. That's exactly what the Netherlands did. Frimpong got in behind. It's a horrible bobbly shot which takes a deflection. It's a good save, really good save by Magnan in goal. I think it's going to just bobble into the corner. He just gets a fingertip on it, and France got horribly caught out there. They were, deliberately just standing off and saying, okay, that'll be our tactic for the first minute. Give away the chance there. Hernandez it was who chased back and got the deflection. Little tip around the post. Goodness me. Could have been a very, very early goal. Yeah, everyone's saying good save in the chat. And I think the bobbly, deflected nature of it, sometimes you see them just bobble in the corner, don't they? Corner to the Netherlands. Which Depay in the Allen Iverson headband is going to take into the near post. And a clever foul bought by Dembele there on the edge of the box. He waited for the contact. He went down, drew the foul. Dutch team in the 70s, one of the best not to win the World Cup. Totally agree with that. 74 and 78 in the final twice. Netherlands didn't get the win. Did win the Euros, obviously, in 1988 with Van Basten, Rijkaard, Gullit, and of course the Ipswich Town link there with Arnold Muren setting up the Van Basten goal. How about that? I think he was at Man United by that point, but I'm still taking the credit. Netherlands on top for this first 3 minutes. They've had all of the ball and made the only chance of the game. Damn good chance as well. Favourite Dutch player of all time? Goodness me. It's probably Dennis Bergkamp for all Dutch players, but my actual favourite would be Martin Reusser. If anyone can remember him. Who scored a certain goal for the team I support that put him into the club's history forever. Complete definition of a luxury player. Couldn't run, but if you brought him on for the last 15 minutes, he'd do something. And now France are in behind on the left-hand side. Rabiot holds it up. I wondered whether he could just go for goal there. He doesn't. Griezmann does, though. Hits this shot. Tipped over. Great start to this game. You guys who were calling 2-2s and 3-2s and 3-3s are going to be pleased with that. I wonder why Rabiot there didn't just drive towards goal and hit that one left-footed. It's a good strike by Griezmann. Get your favourite Dutch players in via the chat. As Griezmann comes across to take this corner, takes it short to Dembele. Dembele, little feint, edge of the box, Kante, he ain't going to shoot. Griezmann crosses left-footed, headed away easily by Van Dijk. Back out to Kante, who's always in the right place, isn't he? It's not a coincidence that. Griezmann crosses again left-footed, easily headed out by Van Dijk again. Kante makes the block. Referee Taylor lets the advantage go. Good bit refereeing that. And here comes the Dutch attack down the right again. Gakpo's on the other end of the switch of play. Can't control it. It's going to be a France throw-in. Marco van Basten, Dirk Kuyt, Ruud Gullit, Gianni Zwijverloon. I remember him. He was at Ipswich for a while as well, wasn't he? No Mbappe tonight, Nat. Although he is on the bench, I suspect we'll be seeing him later on. To much fanfare, no doubt. He deserves it, doesn't he? What a player. Saliba knocks that one out to Koundé. It's gone forward direct this time. Van Dijk wins about his 5th header already, but the French have followed it up now. Dembele, Kante, crossing position, holds it up. Koundé, poor cross again. Van Dijk. Van Dijk is the head-it, kick-it master of this game. He's just stood in his centre-back position. All the crosses have come over from the right-hand side. And he has systematically headed every single one or kicked every single one of them away. Big win there by Simmons. Trying to get away. Held up by Upamecano. Dirk Kuyt, Jan Vennegar of Hesselink. That is a tremendous name. Pascal Struijk, Van Persie, Edgar Davids. Hey, Dutch kit is lovely. They always have good kits, don't they? It's a very striking colour, which is always a good start. But not a nasty colour. You can have a striking colour. It's also a nasty colour. Whereas I quite like the orange. The ball is back with Magnon. Look at that Netherlands away end. Say away end, they're all away ends apart from Germany, but it just looks incredible, doesn't it? Switch the play out to Rabiot, who wanted to take that on his left foot and thus popped it out of play. Another shout for Bergkamp in there. I think he's mine, yeah. What a player. Depay, a little touch on, looking for Simmons. Holds it up, edge of the box. Got it back to Depay. Depay was trying to roll his man there. Saliba. Saliba is just too strong for him. If he had managed to roll him, he had a free shot on goal from about 8 yards. Nothing doing. Netherlands look pretty dangerous, don't they? Front four. But you know what this French side is like with Deschamps. Stay in games, don't they? And then they have a habit of scoring. Even without the amazing Mbappe. Griezmann, who is, definitely playing in the 10, isn't he? Germani. Upamecano. Kante. Upamecano. They're just taking control now, France, aren't they? I think Netherlands have been the better side so far. But you can see the French just stepping it up now. Griezmann tries to play a clever ball into the box. Horrible giveaway there. Managed to get it back though. Netherlands could have been in real trouble there. I think it was Dumfries who gave it away over in the right back area, but he got away with that one, let's just say. Simmons gets fouled, takes a free kick quickly. Reinders driving away. Reinders into Gakpo. Gakpo knocks it off. Simmons trying to get through. Really good defending by Upamecano. Who's that lovely combination. Remember Sol Campbell of quick and strong. Dumfries. Frimpong knocks it back inside. Shooting. Frimpong. Shooting. They're well set up defensively, France, aren't they? You can tell Deschamps was a defensive midfielder, can't you? Nodded out by Koundé at the back stick. Porcupine Pig, welcome to you. Very open start. Liam, we need goals, goals, goals. Marlon, welcome to you, fella. Do you think Belgium have new shirts for the next match? The one they played in looked heavy. Yeah, I was doing the thumbnail for the thing and De Bruyne looked absolutely blooming drenched. Didn't he in his? Although our good mate Russell did make me wear a wool suit on Monday in Italy in an orangery. That is my new definition of hot. It's like being in a microwave. Not that I've ever been in a microwave, or would want to be. De Vries goes home. Ian! You bloody legend. Welcome, Ian. Lots of people representing channel members here. We really, really appreciate all of you guys for watching, but also for being members. Such a huge help, those contributions you guys make. Coming up 11.5 minutes. Nicely poised, as Hamza says. They are both trying to pick the other side off, aren't they? That's the pattern of play here, which is... or pattern of the game, rather, not the pattern of play, you know what I mean, don't you? Rabiot comes forward. Griezmann. Hernandez. Chimene. Saliba. France nicely advanced here. Just trying to find the space. Upamecano. Dembele. It's definitely gone in waves, this game. But not like a basketball match, but just, okay. Couple of minutes here. Couple of minutes here. Koundé. Dembele. Tchouameni. France being patient. Koundé. Well, Koundé puts a decent looking cross in. Griezmann was arriving. There's a really good header. It's the covering midfielder, actually, Reinders. I suppose that's his deal, isn't it? If Griezmann's playing 10 and making the run in, deep central midfield has to go in. Griezmann's probably going to head that in the goal if he doesn't go with him. Nice run between the two centre-backs. Two centre-backs didn't do anything wrong. It's just extra striker arriving from deep, the number 10 can be. Dembele again over on the right. Oh, nice reverse ball by Dembele. Koundé, the right-backs, in a crossing position. And the Netherlands head-it, kick-it stuff's been excellent so far at the back. France are putting a lot of crosses in. Rabiot. Thuram. Oh, lovely back heel. Rabiot's in. He knocks it to one side. Griezmann's fallen over. He's fallen over twice. Jesus. Oh. France could have taken the lead so easily there. Griezmann fell over with the goal at his mercy and then fell over again on the follow-up. French fans will be wondering why they're not in front. Deary me, but they're still going now. Kanté into Griezmann. Oh, and he's put that one wide. France are cooking now, aren't they? Griezmann just lost his footing at a vital time there. We're going to see the second chance first, which is actually another good chance, isn't it? Van Dijk is not as tight as he would have wanted to be. The near post was open. Here's the fall over moment. Rabiot does really well. I'll give Griezmann a pass because Rabiot pokes it at him just behind him, doesn't he? And he stretches his right foot back and he falls over again. Oh dear. We'll give him a bit of a pass there, but if he keeps his foot in, surely he scores there. Griezmann. Why did Rabiot not shoot? I think the ball's just too far to his left would be my argument there. There you go. Another shout for Austria as dark horses. We love it. Cooking with grease, man. Oh, I see what he's done there. Very nice, Ian. I'll give you a dad joke. You're allowed one per stream, Ian. Okay? France just looking a threat now, aren't they? Last 5 minutes or so. It had been fairly even Steven before then in terms of after you. But French starting to look good, and we don't want to make this all about England and their dreadful performance yesterday, even though they did get a point against Denmark. But lots of people bringing up that age-old thing of, you know, can you control the ball? Can you continually play through the thirds and keep possession and not knacker yourself out in tournament football? Just watch both of these two sides, because we've seen them both do it already. Look after the ball and not knacker yourself out like England seem to do every tournament ever. And they're doing it right now. Work back through the thirds and out to Gakpo on the left wing. Gakpo comes inside. Gakpo shooting chance right footed. Gakpo hits the shot. Another good save by Magnon. The French keeper has started well. This is a really good game, by the way, guys. French keeper's done well twice. Look, he can't see that. Oh, that's just excellent goalkeeping by Magnon. It's a great angle from BBC there, where you can see him peering round at Upamecano. He's got his positioning right, just palms it around the post. There's two good saves keeper has made there. Corner for the Dutch. High one going to the back sticks past everybody. Reinders knocks it back into Frimpong. Just trying to reset now both sides. Frimpong's got it on halfway. And yeah, sometimes in that position it is easier just to go back to the keeper and let the game go into the spots that you've actually rehearsed. And that's a very silly offside there by Denzel Dumfries. What happened to whipping across into the box? We've seen plenty of that from the French, haven't we? Enjoyed Danny Röhl on the... Yeah, Danny Röhl's quality on the TV, isn't he? Only been 2 poor games in the Euros so far. You're going to tell me they're the 2 England games? Czechia and Portugal was a bit dull, wasn't it? But Portugal did score a late winner, which always makes it dramatic. Kante, the human Duracell bunny. Griezmann knocks it out of the way. He really makes France tick, doesn't he, Griezmann? Gary Neville. Again, I'm making this about England. But Gary Neville's making a really good point about all the great teams have players that can make them play and dictate. And they don't necessarily have to be a midfielder. Griezmann, I've always thought it when he plays for France, really makes them tick, doesn't he? Just uses the ball well and always seems to either be spreading it out wide into the space or advancing it himself through the middle. Good player. Been enjoying Andros Townsend on co-coms. Yeah, it's always good in the tournaments. You get all the co-coms people out here working for one or other channel. Dembele knocks that wide. Rabiot kicked that one away. He's got to be a bit careful there. And yeah, well done, referee Taylor. He's just gone over and said, look, I did see that. Don't do that again, mate, or you're getting booked. Austria versus France wasn't great, right? I think Ronaldo playing any game has something. Yeah, we love to see the stars come out. Hopefully we'll see Mbappe. But yeah, he does bring a certain star power, doesn't he? Mr. Ronaldo. Could Holland pull off a shock tonight? I think they could. I think they could. Koundé. Dembele. Kante. Dembele. Kante. Kante driving forward. Just tries the sort of lateral ball into the space there. Does look like the Netherlands could be quite good on the counter-attack. A couple of good dribbly players there, ball carriers in those situations, Frimpong and Simmons. Gakpo's kind of stayed a bit further forward than those two. Haven't seen him do that yet, but yeah. May not be the greatest strategy to let France have the ball and build up the play and try and counter-attack them, because France have got some very good players. I think we would all agree. Kante round the corner. He's one of them. Saliba. Griezmann. Again, making France tick. Kante knocks it forward. Great take by Thuram. This is excellent from France. Hernandez. Rabiot. Thuram. This is a hell of a goal if they score from this, I tell you. They're not going to, because it's a dreadful cross by Rabiot, but I'm pretty impressed by the French, I've got to say. From minute 10, they've been really good, haven't they? Controlling the game nicely, moving the ball nicely. Haven't got a goal to show for it. Griezmann makes them tick. Kante's in the game. Wide players look dangerous, don't they? And their star man's on the bench. Can they make it count, though? Excuse me. Waffle, waffle, waffle. Heard Ten Hag did some commentary as well. He had some opinions on Gareth Southgate, as most people do at the moment. Scotland-Switzerland was the worst game. Both England games have been poor. Thankfully, barely any of it. Yeah, we've been pretty well spoilt so far. It's been a great tournament, hasn't it? And that is a great header back by Koundé. Here's Upamecano. Tchouaméni. Koundé. Upamecano. Nearly a quarter of the way through now. 0-0. Entertaining stuff. France the better side in my humble opinion. Certainly from minute 10. I know I said 0-0. Plenty of time to go, Ashley. Plenty of time to go, fella. Knocked into the front. Van Dijk on his bike. Gets forward and intercepts that. It's going to be a free kick, actually, to Netherlands. I didn't entirely see what that was for. Don't think the cameramen saw what that was for either. Looks like Memphis Depay. He's going to stick it in the mixer. Ake, Van Dijk, De Vrij. The big lads he'll probably be looking for. Van Dijk especially, we know, is tremendous on these occasions. He's gone all the way to the back stick. It was Dumfries he found in the end. Who's had a bit of an erratic game so far, the right back. Inter Milan player for the Netherlands. He's a good player. Little naughty shove in the back there on Hernandez. A Milan derby, that one. And there they go again. This time in the other half. Keep your comments coming. Up there on TikTok as well. Can I show the game? How many times do we have to go through this? My God. Unfortunately not. And if I had the hundreds of millions of pounds it would cost to buy the rights to football matches, I wouldn't spend it on giving away football matches for free, put it that way. Here is Reinders in the centre circle, driving forward. Good tackle by Rabiot. One back. Oh, where was the foul there? I don't think it was Shoughton who ended up coming away with the ball who committed the foul there. I think it was in the preceding act. Upamecano goes long looking for Thuram. Easy header clear by Van Dijk. Saliba. Hernandez. Upamecano. Koundé. Tried a little outside of the footer there around the back of Ake. Didn't work. Van Dijk's just won his 50th header. And here comes Gakpo powering forward. Nice little ball inside to Simmons. Simmons plays it onto Frimpong. Frimpong to Gakpo. Great stuff by the Dutch. Gakpo coming in on the right foot. Oh, he tried the feed to Depay. Do you see what I mean about those Dutch front four? On the break there, nifty, fleet of foot. I've got to say, Gakpo's been a bit predictable, hasn't he? I think he's had about 3 different occasions where he's got the ball in a good position on the left and he's like sidestepped in, and they kind of know where he's going onto the right foot and have been able to block it. I think he needs to add a bit of variation there. But look, if at any point in the game he does it and whips it in the corner, everyone's going to say it was worth it, wasn't it? A little stoppage there, not entirely sure why. Something technical with referee Taylor there. Maybe some equipment needed changing. Reinders had a really good tournament. AC Milan central midfielder. Griezmann tries to play it inside Dumfries, who blocks him out nicely. Frimpong. Shelton. It's open on the other side if they can switch it. It's good from the Dutch again. Reinders out to Gakpo. Right. Will he go down the line this time? He plays it down the line to Depay. Gets it back. It's better from Gakpo. Inside, Reinders hits the shot. Deflected. Frimpong for a second thought he was going to be able to follow in, and we nearly saw Saka do that for England. Managed to just nip in and sort of head the ball goalwards, hit the side netting, didn't he? Didn't quite fall in the same way for Frimpong there. It's stuck behind. It's got to be offside, hasn't it? Thuram has not been flagged. He drills the shot. And if the flag stayed down... Oh, he was well onside, wasn't he? That's the best chance of the game. No composure at all by Thuram. Near post, smashes it over the bar. He looked onside to me. I think it's a good call by the linesman. And, I mean, I say best chance of the game. Griezmann obviously slipped at the vital moment a while back. But, yeah, it's almost like Thuram wasn't sure whether the flag was going to go up after he'd hit the shot. But he wasn't offside, was he? A waste. That one from Marcus Thuram. France building up the numbers in terms of shots and efforts at goal and XGs and things of that nature. 0 on the score sheet though. Tchouaméni. Koundé. Tchouaméni. Upamecano. France playing it around at the back, but they built up really nicely, to be fair. They found different angles, different spaces. Again, you know I'm going to start talking about England again in a minute. Bit of variation. Players look comfortable on the ball. Everything you want to see, really. Or maybe it's just that I didn't see it last night, that I'm so eager to enjoy it tonight. Griezmann. Little hold there. Looked like he was going down before the tackle came in there. I think he's bought that one, to be honest. Foul given by referee Taylor. Kick already taken. Kante, Upamecano, Germani, Rabiot, Thuram. Thuram just bumped off the ball. Gakpo. Van Dijk now for Netherlands. Half hour popping up on my screen on BBC. 0-0. But pretty entertaining. France closest to going in front. Griezmann slipping at the vital moment. And then Thuram, maybe not entirely knowing whether he was off or onside, slashed a shot over the crossbar. Here he comes again, Thuram. It's covered by Dumfries. Denzel. Reminds me of Only Fools and Horses, that. Denzel. Gakpo over on the left wing. Decent battle between him and Koundé. I'd say Koundé's winning it at the moment. And here come France on the break. Griezmann, nice carry. That might be a yellow card, that foul. Shooting there with a tactical foul. Does indeed get the yellow card. He doesn't complain. Just yanks Griezmann down, Jurdy shooting, and rightfully, I think, goes into the book. You can't do that. Try and sit back for a minute. Always lurching forward on this chair. In fact, why don't I move my chair forward? You hear me all right? Let's move the mic over there. Kante. Rabiot. Saliba. Rabiot. Tchouameni. He's given it away there. Knocked off the ball by Depay. There's an easy ball on there to Gakpo. He tried a really hard reverse ball there with the left foot, and the Dutch attack breaks down. Tchouameni. I think Dave. Loud and clear. Broadcasting here on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube. We're happy to be here in the close season covering Euro 2024. We'll be back tomorrow night for Romania-Belgium. And it looks like on Sunday night it's going to be, as things stand, Scotland and Hungary. But there's a poll going. You decide. Dembele driving forward. It's crowded out there. Gakpo. Shooting. Here comes Ake. Simmons. France have got back into shape. Netherlands trying to get back to what it was in the first 10 minutes, where they were giving as good as they were getting, whereas I would say France have been the better side since then. Made the better chances, but Netherlands have got good threat with those lads in the front four when they do pick it up and move out quickly. And that's not me saying Netherlands are just sitting behind the ball and playing to counter. They're absolutely not. France are good. That's the deal. So you just don't have a lot of the ball sometimes. There's one down the middle for Gakpo to chase. I think he thought he could have pulled that one out of the sky from Reinders, but he couldn't, watching it over his shoulder. Is Griezmann playing every position? Yes. He appears to have the proverbial free roll and the carte blanche to go off the cuff. I like watching him though, Griezmann. Good player. There he is now. As soon as I say that, gives the ball away badly actually. Frimpong driving into the box. Frimpong hits the shot. Blocked out by Saliba, who was so good for Arsenal this past season. Frimpong, obviously, German title winner. Another Leverkusen player. Dembele. Kunde. Dembele. Ooh, poor giveaway again. Gonna make one of these counters count. Can it be this one? Simmons. Not with a shot like that. It's horrible. He's trying to shape it into the far corner. He gets no power on it whatsoever, does he? Dreadful shot by Simmons. And it's all well and good having these openings and having the players to exploit them. But last few times, they haven't really looked like they're going to, have they, the Dutch? Does look like France will give you a chance on the counter, though, doesn't it? For sure. Can you stay in the game, though? And can you take the chance? Thuram goes down. We're throw-in. No foul given. They coming together between De Vrij and Thuram. I'm quite enjoying Taylor's refereeing performance here. The amount of times you see contact between two players and everyone's like, well, it's either a foul or a dive, isn't it? It's like, no, it can just be contact and a throw-in and the game just goes on, you know? No decision. Which is a decision in itself because you decided not to whistle for the foul. You know what I'm saying, don't you? Reinders. Does look a good player, whoever was saying that in the chat. Depay on the right wing. Depay crosses early. Saliba's in the right place. A bit clumsy with his body shape, but was never in any danger in terms of Dutch players being around him. It's going to come straight back from Netherlands here. Van Dijk. Schouten. Frimpong. Reinders. Good possession. Can they punch a hole? Why do I curse them? As soon as I say good possession, given away. How many times do I say that? Thuram. That looks like a foul to me this time. He's not going to get away with that one, De Vrij. Thuram's hit the deck about 3 times in the last few minutes. He's waiting for one to get given. It's a lazy leg, isn't that, by De Vrij? Clear foul. Don't think it's a yellow card. I think he's going to get the clumsiness mitigation there. Love a racing incident. Oh, yes. I definitely want that that word to be put in. Contact but no foul, exactly. One of my pet hates. Ref, if it's not a foul, you've got to book him for diving. No, you haven't. What absolute bollocks. Could literally just be no decision. Griezmann, free kick. In it goes. Van Dijk. Name me a better player in the air than Van Dijk. My God. Elise to Bayern Munich. Interesting. Transfer deadline. Probably pick up after we get into the latter stages of the Euros. Players focused on the tournament as we get down to fewer and fewer teams. But obviously, look, the best players tend to play for the big nations who tend to get towards the end of the tournament. We all know that, don't we? Thuram, good ball down the line. Dembele into the box right hand side. Dembele tries to cut it back. It's cut out, back to Dembele. He's gone inside and he's won the foul from Van Dijk there. Van Dijk just nibbled at him. It's the foul given. Yeah, correct decision, isn't it? He's having a good game, referee Taylor. Good luck to him. Harry Suter v Ipswich. God. A classic performance, that one. Oh, don't start me about fans complaining about added time. It's so funny, isn't it? Go to any football stadium in the world, and if the team is winning, all the people in the stand will complain that the added time is too much. And if the team is losing, all the people in the stand will complain that the added time is too little. So really, they're not annoyed at the added time. They just want their team to win, hey? How about that? Time for a goal, Rich. Summon it. My penalty rant during lockdown. Was that about handball, Liam? That's ridiculous, wasn't it? That one season they had where anything that touched the hand in the penalty box. Remember, was it Andy Carroll had one where he just jumped and someone like headed the ball at the back of his head? Griezmann, free kick into the wall. De Vries gets a hug from Van Dijk, so I'm assuming he got the header on it. Yeah, good defending. And it's going to be a corner to the French. Which the excellent Griezmann will swing in with his left foot. Oh dear, why are we throwing... Come on, lads. We're throwing pint glasses down at corner taker. Don't be a knob if you go to the football. Come on. Griezmann puts it in near post. Headed out by Gakpo. I think he got it on the top of the head. Classic. Painful, that one, isn't it? Upamecano, Saliba, Hernandez. France controlling this nicely. 61% on the possession for the French. Upamecano, just hurried by Depay, has to go back to Magnan in goal. He's made two good saves, actually, to be fair. The Dutch have forced him into action a couple of times, really early in the game. And there was that good save where he had to look around Upamecano and... Oh, cross into the near post, Griezmann with the header. Difficult chance that, straight down the keeper's throat. Remember, first game back, Cock penalised in 3 minutes for handball. Am I remembering it right? Was it Andy I'm thinking Andy Carroll at Spurs Stadium, possibly. I don't know. Would he have been playing for West Ham or something? Or Newcastle still? I don't know. All I remember is someone jumping for a header, the ball going over his head, someone like blasting at the back of him, and it hitting his hand. He knew nothing about it whatsoever from point blank range. And it was like handball. And you're like, okay, what are we doing here now? Stop being silly. Come on. Penalty for an average handball is one of my most hated elements of the sport. Yeah. This is going to come into my Newcastle. Eric Dyer, was it? Yeah, okay. The memory's hazy, particularly of lockdown. Horrible time. Yeah, my argument for maybe the penalty areas being smaller as well. It does feel like a few things that win you a penalty are a bit too easy to get, aren't they? To get your free shot from goal for 12 yards. 43.50 on the clock here. Just quietening down before half time. I wonder if both sides have settled for a 0-0. And what do I make of Elise going to Bayern? Is this confirmed now? What's the translation? Has he got a release clause then, Elise? Elise release. Please release me, let me go. Upamecano, Saliba. Hernandez, Rubio. Yeah, it does look like we're settling for a 0-0 at half-time. Bit of risk aversion coming into the French passing. Maignan comes outside his box to try and start the play. Fair play to the Dutch, so it's still pressing late into the half. Reports from David Ornstein. He's normally right, isn't he, that fella? 1 minute of minimum stoppage time. Entertaining first half, nicely poised. French will probably be disappointed not to be in front. Tchouameni, little step over from Dembele. Good defending by Gakpo on the cover there, because Ake had hit the deck. And if he'd just got in front there, he was away down the right-hand side. Last phase of play of the first half this. We're into the, or deep into the 1 minute of stoppage time. I think the whistle is right about to go. N'Golo Kante has the ball, and referee Taylor brings to an end the first half. Good game that. Good battle. France, I think, were, if you're winning it on points, France would have done so. But Netherlands had their moments, didn't they? Particularly that early chance. Was it Frimpong very early in the game, and the shot bobbled just around the post. Little fingertip from Maignan. Another strike just tipped around the post by Maignan. But otherwise, it's been the French who have been on top, hasn't it? Griezmann had a real big opening when Rabiot poked it to him. Just lost his footing at the vital time. France controlling it nicely, and I think as England fans, a lot of us have been looking out for, you know, these teams being able to, you know, what we want England to do basically. Can you control the ball, control the game, and not knacker yourself out by never having the ball? And yeah, France have done that pretty nicely, haven't they? Let's take a little look at the numbers. If I can nail the screen share here. And that looks something like that. So France 61% on the possession. The XG is not as high as I thought it would be for the French, I've got to say. 0.25 feels low. Makes the game feel tighter than it actually has been, because it's flowed quite nicely. It feels like there's been chances for both teams, but evidently, according to the probability statistics, they're not big chances yet. So, but it's hardly a bore draw. It's been technically a very decent game. 3 shots on target for the Netherlands, only 2 for the French. But obviously, that doesn't account for the fact that no shot came from that Griezmann opening, which was potentially the best of the game. In terms of what this would do for the group, let's go to the live league table, as we love to, which looks a little something like that. Netherlands would be topping the group on goals scored, with the head-to-head completely even, obviously with the two sides involved drawing as things stand. The draw would mean that the Poles could only catch the Austrians, which does make some kind of difference. I'm sure Poland would love 2 teams to aim at as opposed to 1. But hey, they've lost both their games so far, so maybe we're in the realms of the unlikely there. Right, you lot, I'm going to go make a coffee for half time. Get your comments in during the break. What we will do today, we will stop the uh, stream over on TikTok and restart it in 4 minutes now. So goodbye to everybody on TikTok. And we'll restart that in 5 minutes when we get back. But go and make yourself a cup of tea. Get some comments in and some questions in and whatnot. And I will return. I'm coming back. I will return in, how long is it? 4 minutes and 26 seconds. We will be right back. That was a close one. Do you know what I did? Or rather, what I didn't do? I started making a coffee and I have to press the button twice, but I didn't put a new thing in the top. So then I was up against it and just walked in the door with 17 seconds remaining. Welcome back.
And what's your number, please?
Oh, and what's your number, please? This is me trying to set up the stream for TikTok to restart. Welcome back to Netherlands versus France in the watch along. Excuse me, in the Euros. Pretty entertaining first half, I think. 0-0, no goals. France edged it, in my humble opinion. Let me know yours over in the live chat and get any comments on questions on anything you want to talk about. Let's have a look. Ian, thoughts on how much the pitch affected the game last night? It's a difficult one because as soon as I brought it up, Ian, you just immediately get people saying, people get very triggered when you talk about bad pitches. Oh no, it's the same for both teams, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we get it. Everybody calm down. But it did affect the game, obviously, didn't it? I think a lot of the pundits have said you're just questioning things more. You're questioning your footing. You're worried about tripping. You're worried about your passing. You're worried about your first touch that bit more. So, yes, of course, it affected the game. But that is, of course, not me saying that that's the reason England struggled. But it definitely affects the game when the pitch is as bad as that one. Well, exactly, yeah. Poor pitch doesn't excuse... No. But we should be able to discuss a poor pitch without people getting too triggered, which they did in the comments last night whenever I tried to indeed bring that up. Ben 10, race against time. We made it in the end, didn't we? How are we doing on likes? We did a couple of like spikes, didn't we, before the game tonight. We were heading up towards 50, weren't we? 39. Let's throw in a like spike right now, see if we can get closer to 50. So if you haven't clicked like already, please do. You've got 20 seconds to do it, and hopefully we can work towards the 50 likes. Like spike time. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate your support. You're going to see the clock for a second there because we've got to get that ready for the second half, which it is now. Keep your comments coming. Any discussion points. We can talk about England as well. Let me just click the spike those likes. Get it in there, Jay. Lovely stuff. 41. We're getting closer to our target of 50. I have a silly question. Do players get paid for international duty? I know they probably do, but it feels like we know. There's some kind of expenses deal. There's always this agreement that the fees get given to charity, but I think the expenses kind of covers everything. There's obviously big deals with the insurances as well. We've seen clubs get big payouts when players are injured on international duty by the international federations. For sure. So, there's definitely some kind of issue there, but need to copyright that. Well, someone came up with like spike in the chat as well when we used to do the Saturday Super Stream. That is not my original idea, like spike. I did say at the time, like spike, that's good. Let's roll with that, and claimed it as my own. But yeah. All the original ideas are all gone, aren't they? Let me know how you see the second half in this one panning out. Get any further questions in as we go. It's been a tremendous tournament so far, hasn't it? And so much to play for in so many of the groups. We do have some definitives. Germany are definitely through in Group A, but then with this third place thing, going to get the same argument that we get about the playoffs, which is, all those people that complain about the playoffs. They're unfair. Get rid of them. Just promote the top three. It's like, you must be fun at a party, mustn't you? But at least with this third place thing, a lot of the groups have got a lot more jeopardy than they would have for sure. So Germany are definitely through, and you could still have Switzerland, Scotland, or Hungary. Switzerland look pretty set, don't they, with 4 points? Be some kind of look, they're just definitely going to get through. Really, it's who's going to finish third, isn't it? And Scotland's still in with a chance. If you do get a Germany win over Switzerland and a Scotland win, they could pull level. There's a 6-goal swing needed, though, in terms of second place. So Scotland just want to try and get onto 4 points and be a fastest loser for sure. Spain have also already qualified. Remember, in terms of the England potential round of 16 game, if England did drop to second place in their group, then you would see England versus Germany in the round of 16, which the way England are playing at the moment, I really do not want to see. That would be on Saturday the 29th of June. The more likely or hopeful thing is it'll be a third place team from groups D, E or F for England. Says FootMob there, if they can win Group C. Players coming out. A good idea is a good idea forever. That is the kind of wisdom. That's the sort of thing I'm after. Right, let's say hello again to the people on TikTok. We'll get them all ready. And I need to be very ready myself to click the button on the clock and get that moving for the second half. Referee Taylor is about to get us going, although I need to see a big long close-up of Kylian Mbappe, who hopefully we will see not a big close-up of. We'll see him running around the pitch. That would be a fine thing, wouldn't it? Second half is up and running. Netherlands 0, France 0 in Group D. And as I said, no one can really sort anything out tonight because of the fact that Austria have got the 3 points themselves. As things stand, Netherlands 4, France 4, Austria 3. Poland on 0, but obviously with the third place thing, Poland could still mathematically catch Austria. Again, we're looking at big goal swings needed, and Poland have to play France as well, but we got to say how it is mathematically, haven't we? Welcome to people on TikTok. Thank you for tuning back in. Watching anything good at the Mo? We have started watching, Hamza. No spoilers, please. What's it called? Mythic Quest, which is a comedy show with Rob McElhaney, one of the famed Wrexham owners, on Apple. Who killed WCW? Where can I watch that, Jay? That sounds right up my street. Right up my street. Some 90s wrestling for you, hey? Here comes Dembele powering down the wing. He has overran that. Dembele is quite the athlete, but so is Nathan Ake, who is going to sprint with him and just see him out of play there. It's very profound, Ewan. You only become old and wise if you're young and foolish first. I think we're all young and foolish, aren't we? No changes at half-time, of course. I would have mentioned it. We got our angles right there on TikTok. I think we have. There we go. Griezmann. Belgium-Romania tomorrow, guys, if you're at a loose end and watching the football tomorrow night, which I'm sure many of you will be. Chouameni, Pamecano, Koundé. Dutch just sitting off a little bit to start this half. Not quite as engaged as they have been. Kante. Saliba. Killer Sally. Do I really want to watch Killer Sally, Ian? Sounds a bit bloodthirsty to me. Midway through The Boys. Nice. What else would I recommend? What else I liked on Apple was Loot. Another good comedy series. One you can watch with the missus as well, which is kind of the only time I watch TV now, really. That's not football. France lads on the bench are all warming up. Game could, of course, be won from the bench tonight. Severance on Apple. Is that the one with Adam Scott, Rich? I think I might have seen that. Or at least some of it. Does he work in a weird place and forget it every day? Inside number 9. Fallout on Prime. Loads of good selections here, guys. Hernandez is down. Frimpong just caught him. Close to a yellow card, that one, I would have thought. Okay. I need to justify my Apple subscription. There you go. Another endorsement for Fallout. Keep your TV recommendations coming. It's Netherlands 0, France 0. Saliba, lovely ball through the lines there. Just fizzed it through to Dembele. Dembele on to Koundé. Good pacey attack this. Koundé puts the cross in low. Van Dijk. I'm just laughing because he's always in the right place. Dembele comes in off the right Gakpo style and gets it blocked. And here comes a Netherlands counter-attack. Frimpong. France back in shape nicely. And Dumfries goes home. And we are going to build up from the back once again. Back once again for the Renegade Master. Oh, Frimpong tries to slide that into the box. Clever ball. Upamecano, who, as I said in the first half, is very quick and very big as well. He's a monster of a defender, isn't he? A good combination. What I'm hearing is get an Apple subscription. The thing is, Hamza, with your subscriptions on your iPad and whatnot, just change it every 2 months or what have you, and just, you know, watch a couple of bits and bobs, a couple of series, and then go to a different one. Just make sure you buy Shark's Tale, because it got discontinued on Netflix and Enid keeps asking for it. Race Across the World on BBC. Sounds interesting. Kante. Kante hits the shot from outside the box. Kante is an amazing player, but he's no goal scorer, is he? Dreadful shot there. French fans behind the goal were ready to catch that one as it ballooned over the bar. Stop it. There is a person at your front door, says my Ring doorbell. Gakpo, 1v1 with Koundé. Gakpo into the box. Gakpo knocks it off. Reinders. Frimpong couldn't control it. It's poked away. They do spring into attack quite nicely, Netherlands, but evidently not effectively enough, given the 0 by their name. Simmons, Depay, nice ball. Ake, crossing position. Depay back to Ake. Boxed in the corner. Where's the space? It's around the other side. They've gone via the centre circle though, De Vrij. Frimpong comes in off the right. Stubborn defending from France. Although that's a foul by Dembele. And even though France was stubborn there, Netherlands were patient, weren't they? Clarkson's Farm. Yeah, that's on Amazon, isn't it? Red Dwarf. Classic. Everybody's dead, Dave. Thinking this is either going to be 1-0 either way. Imagine that, hey? 25 metres, the coverage tells us. This free kick is from goal. And Depay fancies he wants to whip this in the top corner, doesn't he? Right-footed. They've put De Vrij and Gakpo in the wall. Try and put the keeper off France. Put the wall off. Doesn't put the wall off because they've headed it clear. Nothing doing. Maignan did not get tested, and he looks in good form, judging by the first half. The French keeper. The good place. Anything with Ted Danson in gets my vote, for sure. DM me the episode. Sounds good. I think I know the answer, Jay, but any excuse to watch some wrestling from when I was a kid, or a teenager rather. Offside flag's gone up, and we're going to get a restart for the French. It's hooked in by Reinders, and Depay was just trotting back from an advanced position. Saliba, a little miscontrol. I think we're going to be going to the benches soon, aren't we? This feels a little bit more tentative than the first half did, I have to say. Get in the middle of my shot. There we are. Dembele puts the cross in. Ooh, chance for Rabiot. Half volley, right foot. He tries to get it right on the bounce. Should do better with that, shouldn't he? I think his right foot might be a bit of a swinger. Am I right with Rabiot? It's one of those ones where there's so much pace on the cross that just direct it goalwards and you're in with a chance. De Vrij. Dumfries. 'Fries. back home it goes to Verbruggen. So we're coming up the hour mark here. Netherlands 0, France 0. We're either getting towards make a change to win the game point or take a point. Hopefully it's the former. Sunderland should be getting a manager very soon. You think that's going to happen tomorrow? I'll do a bit of digging into that and see if we can do a reaction video. Problem is, I know nothing about the guy they're hiring, so research needed. Here comes Kante on the left wing. Kante knocks it back to Tchouaméni. This second half's not been very good, has it, compared to the first half? Long range shot by Tchouaméni, shanked, stroke deflected wide, and he went out for a throw-in the end. Feeling like a 0-0. David, I hope you're wrong. But you might not be. You might be right. You may be right. I may be crazy. Dembele on the right wing, 1v1 with Reinders. Kante. Some good central midfielders in this game with Kante and Reinders kind of standing out. Getting about the pitch. Upamecano. Saliba. Netherlands with everybody just sat back now behind the ball. Trying to stop the French building up momentum, but here comes Rabiot. Thuram. Thuram hits the shot low wide of the post. I was just going to say, as he controlled that, I forgot he was playing. Not bad strike that. Keeper's got it covered. Good pace on it. Direction's a bit wild and wonderful, isn't it? Depay and Gakpo, there you go. Predict your substitutions. Often the wingers that go first, isn't it? Here is Simmons. It's a foul, isn't it? Referee Taylor's given nothing. And now we go into obstruction mode, where Simmons has been penalised. I think he thought he was getting the foul in the first instance, and he did not get the decision. I think he should have got the decision. Yeah, referee Taylor's had a good game, but I think Tchouaméni chops him down there, doesn't he? Should have been a foul to the Dutch, but he let it go and then it's penalised the obstruction afterwards. I think Van Dijk's right here to question that one, but Taylor's had a good game. It's probably the first of his calls that I've questioned. And what the hell do I know? What do I know? Simmons complaining. I think he's got a point. I think that's a foul by Tchouaméni. Got away with that one. Cheers, everybody. Happy Euros. That one's gone in the channel looking for Dembele. Nice take by Dembele. Good defending by Ake. Dembele sees it out. Corner. France. Lots of good little 1v1 battles in this game. You know, wingers against fullbacks, central midfielders against each other, centre-halves against strikers. I like it. In comes the corner for the French. I don't even need to comment on any defensive action for the Dutch. You know what happens, don't you? Oh! From the recycle. Tchouaméni heads that one over the bar. Really powerful header. Doesn't miss by much. Good climb there against De Vries. So much pace on the ball there. If he gets that on target, keeper's gonna be struggling. Can I get a CD of your music, Steve? There might be some old ones in the garage, maybe, from another life. Guess what I'm drinking? Some weird and wonderful Beer 52 can, Ian, hopefully. Steve, watching from New Zealand, loving your experience. Oh, thank you so much, Steve. And hello in New Zealand. Yeah, they don't like giving obstructions, do they? I suppose in that one there with Simmons and Jermaine, if you forget the fact that Simmons probably got fouled, it is obstruction afterwards, isn't it? He just sat on the ball, but yeah, it's hard to forget that the reason it's on his backside is because he got fouled in the first instance. Correct. Once a day. Dembele is great with both feet. Yeah, nice to see genuinely two-footed players, isn't it? Our good friend Sam Parkin of the Championship Check-In podcast. Very two-footed. Rabiot. Kante. Thuram holds it. Kante. Hernandez. Saliba. Germany, all nice back heel on. Or is it going to break? Kante. Kante puts it in. Griezmann. Oh, he miscontrolled the shot. First question is, could Kante have had a shot? Griezmann didn't connect with that. Still could have bobbled in. It's a good chance. Great back heel by Thuram. And Kante, again, the pass isn't perfect, is it? Just bobbling through. Just wonder, Kante, just stick your foot through that. Right-footed, he's inside the box, isn't he? Not Griezmann's night. Well, I would agree with that. Don't drink a coffee in a boiling hot studio conversion, by the way. Feel like it's cooking me from the inside outwards. It's getting hot in here. Don't take all your clothes off. Don't do that. Tchouaméni strikes that in right-footed. It's getting a bit loose, a bit frantic, which I quite like, actually. It's been very sort of controlled, hasn't it? Rabiot. Kante. Rabiot, Griezmann, Kante. Kante. France are cooking again, aren't they? Cross hammered in by Dembele. Who says, someone attack it. It's not the best cross in the world, but I take his point. Here's that chance again. I think, to be fair to Griezmann, does Reinders just get something on? It's actually a very good save, isn't it? By Verbruggen. Could bobble in the corner and just gets his left leg down to it. So even though keeper would have absolutely no chance if Griezmann got a good connection, he does make a good save nonetheless. Substitution time, surely soon. 67 up on the clock. Big win by Upamecano. Feeds it straight into Griezmann as well. Griezmann in the 10, driving forward. Griezmann. Dembele. France look like scoring, don't they? Dembele, lovely feet. Dembele hits it left-footed over the crossbar. You'd be worried now, wouldn't you, if you're a Netherlands fan? France look like They're turning the screw here. Dave, legend. See you soon, buddy. Make sure you hit like before you go. Them's the rules. Didier Deschamps holds his head. He knows that they have been a bit wasteful, haven't they, France? They haven't had mega chances in this game, but it's been a bit hapless a little bit with the finishing, hasn't it? To be honest. I am so hot here. Here come the Dutch, though, down the right, though. Gakpo engages his man. Gakpo puts the cross in near post. Oh, goodness me. Kind of hooked away by Hernandez on the back stick. The attack's going to continue. Gakpo's going to get another go. He's in the box as well. Gakpo knocks it into Depay. Depay spins. Great save. And the follow-up is put into the back of the net. And Simmons has scored for the Netherlands. And we have a breakthrough. And it is Netherlands 1, France 0. Simmons with the goal. Get your thoughts in on that one in the comments. Cat amongst pigeons with that particular goal. No. Offside flag has gone up. I'm sure we will wait and see. Do we need to go to VAR? I'll calm down. Let's have a look. Simmons spins. Dumfries is the one who's been flagged. Who is deemed to be... That's an interesting one, actually. He's not in the keeper's line of sight. I don't think he's interfering with play. Hopefully we can get a better angle of that. Unless he's stopping the keeper, Mannion, diving to his left. Is he too close to the keeper? He's not in his eye line. But that's not the only way you can be interfering with play. If he's in his way, then that could be construed. Is he stopping the dive? We're not getting a lot of information in terms of the replays. I'd need to see the shot from behind the goal. If he's really side by side with the keeper, then he is interfering with play. If he's a couple of yards over, then I think it should be a goal because he's not in the line of sight. And if the keeper's not able to save it and make the dive, we're all waiting on VAR. It's a proper 50-50 one, this one. Could see it going either way. Referee Taylor's just explaining to the two captains what they're checking. Would the keeper, Mannion, be able to make the save if Dumfries wasn't there? A replay would be nice, TV coverage. It's a long old check, the longest one of the championships, this one. And that is totally a point. We just need the straight on camera angle, don't we? But I don't know why they're not showing it to us, to be honest. Because that'll be the conclusion. Van Dijk saying, come on, let's just go back to halfway. Give us a goal, ref. Give us the goal. Could be stopping the keeper diving. Yeah, thank you. And well done, the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel chat. Respect the subjectivity here. It's not black or white either way. Is it? It's been disallowed. Can we please see the shot from behind the goal? I can only assume that Dumfries is so close to the keeper that he wouldn't be able to dive to his left to make the save. But I'm sure I, like all the other millions of people watching on TV, I'm a bit irritated as to why, with probably 40 plus cameras in the ground, and clearly we can see one hanging. But right, here we go. He is really close to him, to be fair. Let's have a look. I mean, let's be honest. The keeper's not saving it, whether he's there or not. I think Dumfries is just a bit silly. He's just in the way, isn't he? Because there's two different things here, isn't there? There's, is the keeper saving the shot? And is the player interfering with play? And if the player is interfering with play and the keeper's not saving the shot, he's still interfering with play, right? So I guess that's why they've come to that decision, because he's just too close to the keeper and the ball's literally gone right past him into the net. So I can understand why they've made that decision. And the goal is ruled out. And we're getting a 0-0-0. You know it's going to be one of those nights. There's a double substitution there. For the Dutch, I can see Olivier Giroud coming on. We've got a real high shot of this now. Yeah, we know he's offside, guys. We get that. Giving us the Hawkeye to tell us that the guy who's miles offside is miles offside. The question is not whether he's offside. The only question that is relevant here is he interfering with play? So as much as we can debate whether the keeper's going to get it or not, that's not really the question, is it? The question is Dumfries interfering with play? I.e., if the keeper had have made the dive, would Dumfries have been in the way of the dive? Is kind of more the question. Proper 50-50 one, that one. And you start to get into self-interest, don't you? Where if you're a Netherlands fan, you're going to argue that it's a goal. And if you're a France fan, you put your cause ahead of your ideas, don't you? But Cloughie used to say if he's on the pitch, he's interfering with play. Cloughie would certainly disagree with a lot of this stuff now. Giroud and Coman have come on for the French. There was, I do apologise, there was a double sub with all this VAR stuff. Treble sub, excuse me. Gertrudia, Wijnaldum and Veerman all on for the Netherlands. Although when you see a goal get chalked off after 2 minutes of VAR that's really tight like that one, you kind of feel it's going to be a 0-0, don't you, hey? So, Giroud and Coman on for Thuram and Dembele. And it was Simmons, Frimpong and Schouten out for the Netherlands for Gertrudia, Wijnaldum and Veerman. Have we caught up? I don't like the what if arguments, I know. It's annoying, isn't it? I think the one thing that's certain is that if Denzel Dumfries either doesn't run forward or runs forward to the side, that's a goal. It's all about his positioning in proximity, A, to the shot and B, to the keeper. Well, actually, not even the shot. It's the proximity to the keeper, isn't it? That's the thing. You can be close to the shot. We've seen people jump over the bloody ball, but if they're not in the keeper's line of sight, then that doesn't so much matter, does it? Van Dijk. It's broken now. Little trip there for Wijnaldum. I think it was Kante that took him down. Let me take you down. Definite foul. Don't think it was a yellow card. And a yellow card was not given. VAR has been rapid this tournament. I can see why this one's taken longer. Yeah, difficult one, wasn't it? Let's try and respect the subjectivity. It's not binary either way. I know people try and make it binary to make them more comfortable with their own position, but that's on them. Depay, free kick, hits it right-footed, dinks it in, looking for Van Dijk. Good free kick there, actually. Headed away by Hernandez. And I've got to say, Van Dijk has been pretty darn good in the air tonight, hasn't he? He had 2 on him there, and Hernandez just getting in front and flicking that ball out. Veerman is going to take the corner. And Depay is out of the game. He's been subbed off. And here he comes. I don't know why I laugh when I see him. Wout Weghorst. I just like a big number 9. Who doesn't like a big target man, eh? In 2024. You love to see it. There'll always be a place for a big target man. Veerman sticks the corner in. Van Dijk heads goalwards. France clear. Griezmann, for once, has a bad touch, but the offside flag is up. Here we go. Feed the Weghorst. Yes, please. You love to see it. Guys, thank you so much for your support tonight. As we always say, 3 ways to support the channel. Just interact. That will cost you absolutely nothing. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep that chat moving. You can donate. Big thanks to Liam, who did donate earlier via Super Chat or Super Sticker. Or you can join up by becoming a member on YouTube or over on Patreon. Perks include joining our wonderful WhatsApp group, early access to pre-record videos, and you can join our monthly roundtable conversations and have a chat with me over, I was going to say Zoom then, but it's StreamYard really, but you know what I mean. And we really, really appreciate everyone who has donated. It's been brilliant through this week. Massive help. Obviously, we have very little to talk about in terms of the EFL, and we're going to be doing a bit of Premier League this season with Ipswich up there. So a massive help. So thank you to all of you people who've donated. And there's no obligation to do so, but if you can, that's wonderful. If not, just hit that thumbs up button. And you don't have to donate direct to me. You can donate to Beer52 and take up that sponsorship as well. £5.95 to cover the postage for your free box of beer. www. I'm across with the banner there. beer52.com/Bloom. Plugging over for another stream. Don't skip. And listen to my drivel. That is the big perk. If you're really lucky on the roundtables, you can listen to Ian's drivel while he's having a beer 52, which is tremendous. Good value, Ian, actually. Very self-deprecating Norwich fan, I have to say. He buries his team more than we do. Ake. Here comes Coman off the right for the French. Koundé. Tchouameni. Tchouameni puts the cross in. Giroud is lurking at the back stick. He kind of got a bit confused where he was there and turned his back away from the goal. Wasn't the worst cross in the world, that, was it? Just needed to drop back a couple of steps, and defender was probably in trouble there, but he just lost his bearings, Giroud. EFL fixtures this week. Interesting how Sky deal with the new scheduling. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, though. More TV games, more watch-alongs, more contact with you lot. That's what it's all about. The ball is back with Verbruggen at the back for the Netherlands. Reinders just knocks it off in central midfield. He looks a real good player, doesn't he? Reinders, the AC Milan man, formerly at AZ Alkmaar. First season there. Said he's played 54 games as well this season. So he sounds like a consistent so-and-so, doesn't he, Reinders? And you can see by the way he plays. even in just this 90. Are we getting the first nil of the tournament? All our high hopes for 2-2s and 3-2s and 3-3s and all of that stuff. Not happening yet. Netherlands had the ball in the net. 50-50 VAR decision. Ruled it out. You're mept on TikTok. Imagine Mbappe with orange mask substituted to play against the Oranges. Divine comedy. That is the elephant in the room, isn't it? Mbappe, not in the game, 83 minutes gone. And you'd imagine if Deschamps wanted to use Mbappe, he'd be on by now. So I don't think we're going to be seeing him tonight. Will I be doing any championship vlogs next season? Hopefully, Jay. Hopefully we'll get out to as many games as we can. My mortgage has gone up 40%. So money may be an issue in terms of getting to games. So there may well be fewer, but we will try our best. Have we mentioned Will Keane playing for France? Rabiot. The English VAR team hasn't gone down well. It's not a receptive audience, the English audience at the moment, is it? English people struggling in Germany at the moment. Rabiot. Upamecano. Rabiot. Coman. Double step over. Upamecano. Tchouaméni. Saliba. Netherlands 10 behind the ball. Heavy touch by Coman. Gakpo gets in, nicks it away. For a France throw-in. Remember the group, Group D. It'll be Netherlands 4, France 4 if this ends in a draw, with Austria on 3. Poland on 0. France play Poland in the final game. Netherlands-Austria could be a real humdinger, considering what you lot are telling me about Austria. There you go. I fancy Austria to beat Netherlands. Right on cue there, Liam. Hernandez. Left back knocks it into Tchouaméni. Hernandez again. Kante. Netherlands, Austria, tough to call. It's one the Austrians would have to win as well, wouldn't they? A draw would see Netherlands in the top 2, unless we get some weird Poland thrashing France. Clipped into Giroud. Giroud, lovely header back. Great play by Giroud. Trying to get it back to Griezmann. Really good clearance as well. Good play all round, actually. Good ball, good header, good clearance. Really good forward play by Giroud. Lovely turn by Rabiot there. Advantage given. Dumfries might get booked when this is pulled back. Griezmann, little dink over to Koundé. Koundé puts the cross in early. Van Dijk clears. And there's a foul on Wijnaldum. Is he going to pull it back and book Dumfries? I think he's got away with it. If it wasn't for those pesky kids. Hernandez has stayed down. Maybe to make the point that Dumfries has got away with that foul. Looked a definite yellow. It's a yellow card all day, that, isn't it? Should be booked for that. Dumfries. Ref let the advantage go, and then he hasn't followed up. It's a great clearance, that, by the way, by Veerman. Covering back. If he's not, Griezmann has got a nice looking left-footed volley from 10 yards. Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger in the crowd, everybody. se venga. That is exactly how the start of The Lion King goes. And I won't have anybody tell me any different. Right, we've restarted. That'll be a couple of extra minutes stoppage time on. Dumfries. De Vries knocks it forward. I think Dumfries is playing on the wing now, is he? Oh, Rabiot's broken through now. Rabiot into the box on the left foot. Rabiot puts the cross in. Oh, dear. This is the most nil-nil game of nil-nil games, isn't it? All these quality players, they ain't scoring tonight, are they? Big breakthrough there by Rabiot. And you could tell when he was going through that he wasn't going to, just come a bit narrow, get it out of your foot, smash it towards the far post. Ake's got Coman covered there. He was desperate to pass it, Rabiot, there. And easy watching on TV, but attack. Go in and take a shot. Work the keeper. You're in on goal. Come on. There's a bloke who would have taken it in onto the keeper. Mbappe. Who's, unfortunately for him and the France fans, able to do nothing. Tchouameni, Rabiot. Steve, best team I've seen so far is Austria. I think France looked really good in the first half of this for a while. Not converted into a win with 10 seconds to go. I've enjoyed Germany so far. Spain as well. Don't know how far down I'd rank England. Probably not in the top 6 or 7 teams for sure. Even though they got 4 points. Yeah, there you go, Winlock. You agree with me. 5 minutes, minimum stoppage time. Late goal. We had a few late goals, haven't we? Serbia equalised in stoppage time, didn't they? Portugal won in stoppage time. Coman knocks it inside. Koundé to Kante. Great block by Wout Weghorst. All hands to the pump for the Dutch. We had Veerman coming back from midfield to block out Griezmann a couple of minutes ago. And Weghorst, there's a great block, isn't it? Not even need to use Van Dijk there for their defending. Griezmann bends the corner in left-footed. Oh, it's a punch by Verbruggen. Looked like a catch to me, but ho-hum, what do I know? Veerman, poor there. He didn't know what to do and he just allowed himself to get robbed. Let's put the pressure back on his team. Cross goes in looking for Giroud, who's a nuisance in the air, as England fans will testify from Qatar. Dumfries trying to win the foul. Doesn't manage to do it. France throw-in. They're certainly going for the win here. Moreover, France. Rabiot. Hernandez. Crosses left-footed. Headed out by Ake. Be a well-earned clean sheet if Netherlands can hold out, won't it? 15 shots now for the French. 1.4 on the XG. 7 shots on target they've faced as well. 4 interceptions, 5 blocks, 21 clearances from the Netherlands. They have defended really well. Up to 92 minutes and 17. Why is my clock a minute behind all of a sudden? What's gone wrong there, I wonder? That don't make no sense. It's like exactly a minute behind. What's gone wrong there? Ghost in the machine. That's annoyed me so much, I'm going to take it off the screen. Bye-bye clock. We'll just have to talk you through stoppage time. Something's up with it. We're on 93, 2 minutes minimum stoppage time remaining. That's going to be really annoying if I've made a mistake exporting that clock, because it takes ages to do, because obviously it's long. A clock ticking away for an hour and a half. Dumfries crosses to the back post. Koundé heads it. It's not going to go out for a corner. Gakpo is going to be annoyed that I think he let it go out for, was hoping he was going to let it go out for the corner. When did it go, Ashley? When did it go? What did I do wrong? I'm sure it was right when I looked at it at like 80 minutes. Someone scroll back and see when the clock went out of sync. I bet I've done something silly and cut together 2 bits and added an extra minute in or something. It'll be my fault, won't it? Is Weghorst still on Burnley's books? Yeah, he must be, mustn't he? Transfer window's open, though. "45 seconds of this one. The first effing nil of the tournament. And, of course, I'm covering it as a watch-along. Hoffenheim on loan. Burnley, Besiktas, Manchester United, Hoffenheim, eh? Wout Weghorst. Should be the last phase of play of the game now. 94:42 on the clock, 5 minutes minimum stoppage time. And that is going to be, yeah, shepherded out nicely by Geertruida. You make a 0-0 sound good, Ben. Comment of the day, Steve. We battled on through, didn't we? Like the Dutch defence has, to be honest. And the final whistle has gone. On the first 0-0 of the tournament, Netherlands 0, France 0. Pretty entertaining first half, but I think safety first in the second half. Made it a little bit of a lacking spectacle, I've got to say. Looking at the numbers, you'd be more happy if you were a Dutch fan after that one. Let me bring them up on the screen. Hopefully, yeah, you can see that. Does that need repositioning? I wonder if I can reposition that in real time. No. Let's keep it like it is. We'll keep it exactly there. Save new layout. There we go. I will just stop 1 sec and say a massive thank you to Wenlock. Thank you so much. He's done plenty of super chats over the years. Thank you so much. $9.99 on the super chat. So kind. Really appreciate all your donations. Massive help in the close season. So thank you, Wenlock. He's not donating per goal there because we didn't get any. But yeah, greatly appreciated. 63% on the possession in France. Look at that, 1.42. Plays 0.33 XG. 15 shots to 8. Although, to be fair, look at the shots on target. 4 to 3. And then there's the big elephant in the room of the disallowed goal. I think we've got to respect the subjectivity of it, that it is a 50-50 call. So when you get 50-50 calls, people start to put their cause over what's actually the right decision. And you can imagine French fans will say he's interfering with play and Dutch fans will say he won't. I can see why they would have given it either way, to be honest. It's a complete 50-50 for me. You can easily argue he's too close to the keeper, and you can easily argue that the keeper's not getting not getting the shot and he's not in his way. So it's a complete 50-50 call for me. It would have made things more interesting if Netherlands had have won, because that would have made an interesting final day with the French having to beat the Poles, which they, let's be fair, they probably will do, won't they? But as it stands, I think Netherlands will be pretty pleased, won't they, to go toe-to-toe with the French and not lose. No Mbappe, of course. He's just come on at the end of the game. He's been rested after breaking his nose in the opening game. So Netherlands and France both tied up on 4 points. Austria and Poland in third and fourth, although Austria on 3, Poland on 0. Final round of games. We'll see Netherlands versus Austria, which sounds really potentially good. Because Austria, it sounds like, from what you guys are saying who've seen them this tournament, are really going to go for it and give Netherlands a hard time, aren't they? And France-Poland, you'd imagine France will win that and top the group, but you never know. Ashley, 0-0, I called it. Sorry, it's your fault. You are responsible for this. Marlon, I don't think it was a bad game quality. I've seen worse with goals, just two teams in good shape. I do think there's a sense, I agree with you, Marlon. I do think there's a sense that particularly Netherlands did play for the point as the further we got towards the end of the game. BBC just looking back at that goal. I'm going to have one more opinion on it. The keeper's actually on his knees virtually, standing up. Go on, run it on, BBC. Run it on. How close does he end up diving to him? I suspect he, to be fair, Dumfries as well at the last minute moves out of the way, doesn't he? A little bit. It's such a tough call, that, isn't it? They're very close together. We've got a freeze frame of Magnon's hand. He's very close to him, to be fair. So you can see why it's been disallowed. There we go. But we can debate that one all day. It's ended Netherlands 0, France 0. Guys, thanks so much as ever for your company. We won't do a match review of that one and clip it out with there being 0 goals for us to talk about. Hopefully we'll have a new manager at Sunderland to talk about tomorrow as well, and we can do some kind of reaction on that. And it is Belgium-Romania tomorrow. We'll be live from 7:30 with that. Come and join us again. Thank you, everybody on TikTok. Let me say goodbye to you guys up there. And thank you for following. Good night on TikTok. And good night to you lot on YouTube and on Twitter. And we'll see you again tomorrow for the next Euro watch along. Belgium-Romania tonight. It was Netherlands 0. France 0. The group is going to the final game. Over and out.